raise your kids, you usually take care of your kids. Your kid is taking care of you. What's going through your mind at that point?
Shit, I was having the time of my life.
I thought you were gonna say some other shit.
It was a hit and run. A car ran me over. You know what I'm saying? I was gone for at least about like 3 hours. I mean gone, not no fake.
Gone is like your heartbeat stop?
Like I was gone, yeah.
Money conversations, we've been making business moves. Contemplating how to get it, need to get in tune. Different topics, we got options, you could pick and choose. If more income ain't the outcome, gotta switch the mood. We tryna help you to improve, thanks for asking. Road to riches, speak on broker days and past tense. Wealthy habits, lately I just wanna stack chips. Took a risk and we been running up a bag since. G-Vast quest, quick to make a couple G's. Detox, spin knowledge, put you on your feet. Bug out, got the plate, make sure to pray before you eat. At the table with the winners, come and take a seat.
Yo, for the next episode of Thanks for Asking, we got like this father and son duo. They label is called like Lil Giant, so I know this shit is crazy, but yo, Detox, start the show, bro.
Can I get a round of applause, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to thank these two gentlemen. They came all the way from PA.
Wow.
Sit down on this couch.
Ooh.
We appreciate that.
Philly.
Hey, I don't want to do that. That's like saying I don't want to do that. They came all the way from Philly, and I appreciate the love and the genuineness every time we meet. And it's always a real thing, whether it's on phone, Instagram, in person, and now we on the show, man. So I was excited to do this, man. My man Primetime, my man Bigg Yat.
That's right. That's right.
Yo, what up, B?
What's going on?
How
What's
you,
going
man?
on, man? I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? I love coming to New York. It's always a great time. So,
Hey, I be in New York a lot, too.
you know, be around, man.
I ain't mad at it, B. I'm not mad at it, yo. So talk to me, man. How did y'all even... Talk to me about the label. I'm excited because I've never seen a father-son duo outside of like Puffy. You know what I'm saying? Like that really do it. Like, how did this start?
I mean, he could tell you like the origin story
So,
of
like
it.
for the label, my mom kind of named the label. So it was named after my son. He was stillbirthed at 34 weeks. So with his mom, we had to deliver the baby. So when he came out, my mom was like, oh, he's a Lil Giant. So I kind of took that, you know what I'm saying, his name, and back in 07, I started up the label, Lil Giant Entertainment. And so I was doing, the music, traveling, all that stuff. And then I just shut it down and I just stopped, life-changing moments or whatever. And then 3 years ago, he picked it up and started to rap. So for me, it was like, if you're going to do this, then we're just going to do this together because I already been out there and there's certain things that I know. And I'm not going to have my son out there, number one, being taken advantage of because I don't play that. Number two, I'm not going to have nobody just doing anything or under the table type stuff when it comes to him because I'm a ride and I'm going to die for him. So.
That's dope, yo. I'm around that floor for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's so dope, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that so much because I think of my daughter and she's like really into the arts and she loves music so much and shit like that. So when I seen that and I hear that, I'm just like, I'm so inspired because it's like, if you've been in the game, even if you didn't make it, you still amassed a certain amount of knowledge that you can pass on to the young boys so they don't got to go through the same hardships. They'll go through different hardships, but you don't need to do the same shit if you had somebody who went through it already, who can say, nah, don't do that because that's going to lead to this and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? What they say, wise men learn from the mistakes of others as opposed to you making the mistakes yourself. So, the fact that you even listening to your pops and not saying, yo, damn the old heads and shit like that. Word. I think that's dope, man. But how'd you get started with music?
It's crazy. I always tell people, like, 3 years ago, if you would have asked me where I saw myself in 3 years, it wouldn't have been rapping at all.
Really? What would it have been?
Not this. Not this.
You want to
Not this at all.
Like,
I would have just been, you know what I'm saying, just like living a regular life, going to work every day type shit, and you know what I'm saying, just doing that. But
you thought about going to college?
I went to, so it's crazy. So I went to college for a little bit. I didn't really like it. I ended up going to trade school for automotive. So my day job is I'm a mechanic at a dealership.
Well,
but 3 years ago, my grandmother had passed. I was kind of going through some stuff, and then I had a homie who was doing music. So he basically invited me to get on a song. I did the verse, he dropped it, and then everybody heard it, and it was like, "Damn, bro, you can rap?" I'm like, "Kinda, yeah." And they like, "Nah, bro, you can rap."
I don't want to interrupt you. How old was you at the time when you started doing it?
I want to say I was about 22, 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everybody, they was like, "Damn, bro, you could rap." Like they didn't realize I could rap, because it wasn't something that like I said, it wasn't something I planned on doing or something that I ever showed interest in. So then the next time we went to the studio, I kind of came with my own song, and I recorded it, and then a week later, I just dropped it.
Who taught you song format and all that?
I listen to music all the time, so I understand it by just listening.
Nah, it's dope because a lot of times people just rap. You know what I'm saying? We had one rapper was a YP. I remember when he first started rapping, he would just do one long.
Yeah, no, my
72 bar shit.
That's just rapping without listening to format.
Yeah.
If you listen to format, then you pick it up quick.
I was about to say, nah, my first song was 16 bars chorus, 16 bars chorus. That was a John. I dropped it on SoundCloud, and then I just had everybody in my ear yo, you gonna take this serious? Cause you really could. And at the time I was like, not really, cause this ain't really what I wanna do. I don't really wanna be a rapper. I know what come with that. You know what I'm saying? I know how I feel about writing my music right now. But just kind of the pressure, the peer pressure, from everybody around me, just being yo, you could really do this. That was kind of what made me want to take it serious. And then having my pops on my side too, with the label and the knowledge and everything, I was just kind of well, why not? And we are where we are today.
When did you start hearing, when did you first take a hear, and what was your first thoughts about it when you first heard him rap?
So wild thing is, it's really crazy. So he wrote his first song when he was 11. So
see, I knew it couldn't just be
no,
you know what I'm saying? You just walk into the booth.
That's a fact.
16.
The real deal is he been around music. So I listen to all kinds of music. I listen to every genre. I don't care if it's country, rock. It don't matter to me. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
So he's always been around music, but he used to go to the studio with me. So when he was 11. They had a rap class or whatever. I don't know what the hell it was called. It was a rap class or some shit. So he had to write a song. So me being who I am, I'm like, all right. So I got him. I gave him a beat. I said, so we gonna write this song. So he ain't really, I ain't know he ain't like it like that.
Yeah.
But me being you won't do this, so we gonna do it seriously.
That's right.
So I had him up late, midnight sometimes. Then I drop off to his mom's. He writing 3 verses. Then when he got done, he had to record it. So me and his sister on the hook. He did the song, took it to school. They were like, oh, that joint sound hot. Everybody liking the song. So I was like, all right, let's me and you do a collabo. He said, I got you. Man, that joint never came to fruition. This boy was dodgy.
Wow.
He was like,
Why?
I think now that I'm older, it's you kind of gotta let kids get into stuff kind of on their own, especially with something that's creative. If it's something where they got to create it by themselves, you kind of got to let them come into it.
That's a
when
fact.
When it comes to them, and I think at that time, to me being a rapper wasn't what I wanted to do. It was I was in rap class, my dad rapped, it just seemed like something that was cool.
Hold on,
so that was
before
why
you
I
finish.
did it.
Hold on before you finish. How did you measure your pops? How did you think he was as a rapper? Keep it funky. Keep it real.
You better answer right.
Well, keep it all the way real. I mean, he probably never heard your opinion until now. Keep it real.
I mean, I thought my dad was tough. I also thought it was cool, because that was my dad. He had songs. A lot of kids can't see
But
that.
it had to be something for you not to do the song with him.
No, it was just it was the pressure of rapping.
Oh,
yeah, I was
that's what I'm saying. At that time,
okay.
I thought it was
I was
cool
down
to
his
make a
back.
rap song.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to be a rapper.
It
You know what
wasn't
I'm
fun no
saying?
more. What I did to him, it wasn't fun. He said it to me, he was like, "You made rap not fun." I was like, "Damn, like, you could have told me that."
That's what it's gonna be though when you got a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're gonna be hard on you because they want you to be better.
Right. But that's why I say I think like that's why I said looking back on it, like you really got like with stuff like that, you gotta let kids kind of like come into it.
That's a
Because when
fact.
that
That's a
time
fact.
came for me to rap, a lot of people didn't know I could rap. So me dropping the song out of nowhere was like a surprise to every. I didn't even tell him.
Yeah.
It was a surprise to everybody. But like I even like, cause to me, like asking my mom how she feels about my music is saying a lot. Cause you know what I'm saying, like no, mom
She was critical, like hard.
No, like I asked my mom and I was like, "How do you feel about my music?" And she was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you." She said, "When other people say their kids can rap, you know, it's always kind of skeptical." She was like, "But like my kid can really rap. Like, she was like, you're really, really good at it." So,
What did you think when you heard him? When you first heard like
Keep
his
it
first
real, keep it
serious?
real.
No, I told him. I texted him like, "The fuck is this?" I was like, "Motherfucker, you don't even hit me up about some shit." Like, I said, "All right." So he was like, "No, I went in the studio and this and that." I said, "Well, you need to come by the crib. We need to talk."
Yeah, that's
I
dope.
wasn't playing around. Like, because if you do that and then you drop it on social media, that's not small in me, because it's like, all right, you got skills, but regardless of you having skills or not, like, for me personally, like, you know I do this and you know I got some connection in game, so it's like, no, like, you need to, I mean, but he wasn't, it was a hot, he wasn't taking it serious, so he didn't see it, but he know how I am. Like, I see something like, if I see a piece of talent in one of my children, him or his sister, I'm going for it because it's a gift. Like, everybody don't come equipped with these natural gifts.
because I had to come into it. I just like start doing it. Like before them 2 studio sessions, like in between that time when I was like 11, I wasn't doing music. I was, figuring stuff out. Like I went to college, I went to school, like I was in the cars heavy at the time, like you know what I'm saying? So I had to allow myself to like come around to it and really figure out like if I'm going to enjoy doing this or not.
Yeah, and he told me, I asked him, I said, "You want to take it serious or not? What you want to do?" He said, "I don't know yet." I said, "All right. When you feel like you want to do this, let me know and then we'll do this together." I said, "But until then, I'll record you, we'll just have fun with it." Yeah. And that's how I had to say it that way, you know what I'm saying?
When you first heard him, did you feel like, oh, some of my some of what I taught him is in those rhymes?
No, I don't know. He his own rap. He's his own person. Like, we're one of the same in a lot of ways, because you know what I'm saying, it's just the connection. But beyond that, he's his own person. So when I heard the song, I told him, I was like, "Yo, that joint is like, that's good." Like, I knew he could spit, because at 11 he had a song. Like, you know, I helped him, but he had a song. So I knew he could spit back then. But when I heard that joint, I said, "Yo, that joint popping." So I told him I wanted to talk to him, because when you put something out there like that, people are gonna come look, especially with the level of people just figuring out this is first time in the studio. Yeah. First time actually rapping outside of my studio and this and third. Like, that was a thorough song, and he sounded better than
a lot of
his
people.
people's. And I was like,
so they trying to snatch him up. So you like, hold on, before we get there, you signed some fucked up management deals. And
he would check with me first anyway.
Well, I'm about to say, well, the crazy thing is, like, I had already knew, like, if the time ever came for me to take music serious, like, I never wanted to sign with a major label.
Why not?
Because I knew what came with that.
What's that?
Like, I know the perks of it all, but I also know, like, the downside of it all. I knew all that prior to me making music. So I was like, I don't never want to be, like, caught up in no deal where, like, I'm locked into something and I owe people mad money, and then 5 years later from now, everybody making money off of my music, you know what I'm saying, and I'm struggling. Because I know that's what happened to people. So I was like, I would never sign with a major label, because I'm never going to be locked into a deal.
Hold on. I want to ask you this, because say a label want to offer you $1 million right now, in your face money. You'll turn that down?
Yeah, because I got to pay that $1 million bet.
It's a loan.
But seeing it, though, might change your mind.
I know.
Know what I'm saying?
That money in your face.
I'll say this, though. At the same time, though, like, I'm 26 years old, so, like, I watch people blow up off of SoundCloud. I watch people blow up independently and never need a label for nothing. Like, that's a lot of my favorite rappers. So I already knew, like, it was possible to do it without a major label. You know what I'm saying?
What is it like being on a label with your parent?
It's cool. Like,
I don't know if I would do that for me.
yeah,
but
nah, it's cool. Like we in the last 2.5, 3 years, like we've been through so much that is like at this point, like I don't really know who else like I would trust that much with something like this.
Wow.
That's what make it dope.
Yeah, I do think
That's
that
what
make it dope. Did it bring y'all closer?
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is like me, him, and his sister, like we tight. Like especially me and him. Like one thing I chose not to ever lack as a father. Like that was a decision I made for myself. It had nothing to do with my dad or my upbringing, this, that, third. And what I learned even from my own father was I loved him for who he was, not for who I wanted him to be. And so my decision.
You say that again, man. That's fucking powerful right there.
I loved him for who he was, not for who I wanted him to be. So for me, when I was raising my children, it had nothing to do with anybody else but me and the relationship that I wanted to have with my son and my daughter. And how I felt at the end of the day, I could be more of an influence and more of a positive force for my children. So like that's my dog. Like that's my ace right there. Like he one of my day ones. Like all my boys look at him like peoples because that's how he came up. So when we started doing the music, it did bring us a lot more closer. But we've always been like a tight knit. Like I tell people, like for him and his sister, no, I will. I mean, I'll rock an orange jumpsuit in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? But that's as a father because I raised him and not just raising him to see him who the man he's becoming and he's become, and he's still growing. Like I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I gotta value that. You know what I'm saying? I can't take that for granted.
Hold on, I need a round of applause for that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, for me, that's what inspired me to just, like, I need y'all on this show, man, to see, like this isn't just for TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't just for the cameras. Like, when you see them off the cameras, they talking just as much as they are on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm that close to my pops where I want to be around them every day.
Nah, it's different, bro. It's different. It's different, yeah.
It is different. We have some wild moments, yo. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. People be looking at us like, oh, that's such a sweet thing, and father and son business. I'm like, yeah, hang around us enough. You gonna be like, y'all crazy. Like, how does that even work? Like, my mom be hitting me up and be like, you're not young. I'm like, what that got to do with anything? Like, hanging out with your son? He been hanging out with me since he was like, what you think is supposed to go happen? Like,
so, what do y'all do when there's disagreements? Like, how does that look?
I want to hear that too.
We usually disagree, and then we always find some middle point where it's like it ain't what you want, but it's like, all right, we'll deal with it. But we'll be happy about it though. You know what I'm saying? We reach a middle ground though. We reach a middle ground like one way or another. We always, I'm saying,
it's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of back and forth. People be laughing at us because how much we like. Now on some issues, I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'll pull a card and be like, look, or I'll manipulate the shit out of him and be like, just like appease me for this shit. Like just, you know what I mean, tease me for this joint, just do it. He be like, I don't like doing it. I'm like, they'll get some half-ass shit for him. I'm like, God damn, then he hear the joint, he be like, all right, I'm gonna go do it again. I'm like, sheesh. But for most disagreements, no, we'll go back and forth like a mug. Like, people literally laugh at our conversations. And they be like, y'all two are funny. I'm like, this shit is not funny. Like, it's disrespectful. Like, this motherfucker like, I'm telling him something, he's literally going back and forth with me like,
I'm getting on his nerve, he getting on my nerves. Like,
oh my God. Like, we need to
That's gonna happen. That's what
that
happens.
shit happens. It happens.
But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I just feel like that's what you expect. Like when you dealing with your parent, y'all gonna bump heads. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you and somebody are alike in a lot of ways, like y'all gonna bump heads a lot. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
What is it like being an artist, especially being that this is not what you originally thought you wanted to do?
It's cool sometimes. It's hard sometimes. A lot of times it's hard because it's like I kind of want to like not be a rapper sometimes. Like I want to go out and just kind of be a regular person and just like enjoy things. And it's like sometimes I can't do that because I have to be an artist in a lot of situations. But at the same time, it's like there's a lot of things that I do as an artist that I wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't doing music.
Like what?
Just like certain places that we've been, certain opportunities that we get, you know what I'm saying? Certain, connections that we make. Like it's just all stuff that if I wasn't doing music, these things wouldn't have came to me. You know what I'm saying? Like what we do in music and how we move around and everything is like how we, you know what I'm saying, get to where we are. Like if I didn't rap, wouldn't be sitting here on this couch doing this interview.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a big fact. What kind of rapper are you?
I don't know. I don't know how to I don't really know how to describe myself. It's kind of hard.
I mean, like Conscience,
Everything,
drill,
kinda. You know what I'm saying?
You drill too?
I mean, I don't got no dead ops and nothing like that. I'm saying I ain't on that type time.
Oh, you ain't gotta live it out drill. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't on that type time, but you know what I'm saying?
You ain't on that
the
type
beats is cool though. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the beats
them
and do
beats
my
do
own
be
thing with
crazy.
it.
Oh my
I ain't
God.
lying.
Yeah, man. Them shits be on fire. The price of fame ain't cheap.
Nah,
the price
not
of
at all.
greatness ain't cheap. Excuse
Not
me.
at all. It costs you a lot of time too.
Oh my God.
That's the
lot
one
of
thing that used to be
sacrifices.
time.
You know what I'm saying? Like to do the same thing over and over, even when you don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some pain in there, man. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I think that's the beauty of it, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you do the same. Listen, you get up to go to a 9 to 5. You're doing the same shit over and over again
Every
for however
day.
many years.
Yeah.
So the beauty in this is the scenery does change.
Ooh, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Not only does it change, the atmosphere changes. And it's
Yeah.
not about like, all right, so I'll be honest with you, being from Philly is one thing, and I know it's probably the same for some people in other places, but
Yeah.
for us, that whole famous people thing, that don't mean shit to me or any of us. So
Break
even
that.
if,
You gotta have to get into that though. But
no,
yeah,
no, I'm gonna tell you why, because it's like people are people.
yeah,
They got lives too, and they got issues just like all of us do. The difference is they're just in a specific place.
yeah.
So when it comes to what we do and how we move with certain people, you know what I mean? Shout out to my OG Big T Capone. You know what I'm saying? He's his A&R, but like when we're in certain places and around certain people, we having a vibe. We just having fun.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of dope to be able just to vibe out and stuff like that. So it is time consuming. Where there's certain things you can be out with friends, we're in a studio.
Yeah.
Or we trying to shoot content, or we're working on this. So I'm in the room 3 a.m. working on a beat for him, or just trying to come up with new ideas. So it is time consuming, you know what I'm saying? And it can take up a lot of time in your personal life. But for me personally, what I look at is we started this journey, and for me the reward is when we get there, we'll still be able to do all the things we wanted to do and enjoy it with our friends and family, those who we choose to have around us.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can do that on a level that we want to do it. So it is a specific sacrifice, but who doesn't sacrifice? I
Word.
mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
worked 6 months straight when he was born, just to be prepared to have a son.
Wow.
I worked holidays, weekends, and everything, 12-hour shifts. I didn't care. I was gonna make that bread. So I made a sacrifice for a job that, I mean, the people love me, but the job could give a fuck about me. So why wouldn't we do this for something that he aspires to be, something that I appreciate in him and things that I have going on? Why wouldn't we do that?
God damn. I
That's dope.
love that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think of that, even with us, where it's like, it's times where I'm like, oh, I could have been over here, but we in the shop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We working here. And when I'm not working here at the shop, doing podcast, doing the interviews, I'm home editing. Then you doing social media. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit never stops. You know what I'm saying?
But like we were saying, though, it's something that you love. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like
I
it's
do.
not a job, really.
Yeah,
It's
you know
like
what I'm
something
saying?
that you
Yeah.
love.
I'm in Miami fucking with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I meet
Yeah.
so many people. I get to meet people that I like.
Yeah.
My favorite part of doing this, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, but my favorite part of doing these things is just hearing people's stories. It reminds me of when I was a kid, and I used to just, before there was television and YouTube, where you can just hear somebody's story across the world. You used to be in circles around your boys and stuff, and hearing stories about them and how they, and their storytelling skills, and you're just be enamored with what they saying and shit like that. And this is why I like to do it, because I like to hear people's stories. And
Yeah,
shit
that's a
like
fact.
that.
Me too. Me
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Like,
Me too.
so to hear y'all story, man, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys are winning already. You know what I'm saying?
And so inspiring. That's what
Yeah.
makes it dope.
Yeah.
Father and son, that's very
I was about to
inspirational.
say, man, if we sat here and told you everything we've been through just to get to this point, like y'all would be like, what?
That's ill though. It's ill.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of super late night. I'm talking about like not even like on some real life shit, not even music stuff. Like a lot of late nights, a lot of like going through like some crazy stuff, like to get over that. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like keep pushing forward is like.
What was one of the hardest moments y'all went through?
Give me
a hard moment that y'all went through.
This shit was crazy though.
I would say, and it's funny because we talked about this.
Well, talk about it with
2
us.
weeks.
Talk about it with us.
I was saying we talked about 2 weeks ago, and I was telling him that for me it was a pivotal time like in my life. He was in a really really bad car accident.
Who was?
2.5 years ago now.
Me, December 2021.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And no lie, I forget what day of the week it was, but I remember like I was living with my mom's at the time. I had to go to work that morning, and I woke up to a text at like 5 a.m. that said, "Yo, your dad got hit by a car last night. He's at the hospital."
Wow.
I never went back home after that day.
Yeah, he did. I didn't think about that.
No
shit.
lie, I got up, I drove straight to the hospital. Matter of fact, I met him at
one hospital.
Met him at one hospital at I think in Jenkintown. Drove all the way to North Philly to go to Temple because that's where they was sending him. I was there, and then that day, like I went back to his crib to make sure everything was cool, and I just lived there ever since.
How long was it that
What?
you was there in the hospital with him? How long was it?
With him?
Yeah.
It's been
From that
since
day to today.
It's been since 2021.
I never went back home.
How long you was in the hospital?
Oh, 6 days.
Oh, sick. Oh,
But
that's what
he
I'm
couldn't
saying.
walk
Yeah.
for a good bit.
Yeah.
So my intentions originally was like I'm gonna stay down here, and because my whole thing was like nobody else is really gonna be here. Is gonna be able to be here every day.
Yeah.
With what he got going on.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing was like I was like I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna just you know what I'm saying like take care of him, make sure
Yeah.
he's cool up until you know what I'm saying like he good again, but just over time, like with everything we was doing, it kind of just was like it make more sense to just stay here.
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
move everywhere together already.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if we in the same household, leaving from the same place all the time, it's just it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
So just ever since that, I'm saying.
Now tell me, you know, you raise your kids, you usually take care of your kids. Your kid is taking care of you. What's going through your mind at that point?
Shit, I was having the time of my life. Man. Listen, bro, listen.
I thought you were gonna say some other shit. He definitely hit me.
I did too.
Listen, let me tell you something. That joint was crazy. So I'm not going into too much detail, but it was a hit and run. And somebody, it wasn't like a car ran me over.
Oh, wow.
But I walked away from that joint. You know what I'm saying? I was gone for at least about like 3 hours. I mean, gone, not no fake. I was gone for like 3 hours. But I walked away from that joint, hospital for 6 days.
Going is like your heartbeat stop?
Like I was gone, yeah. So here's the crazy thing though. So, and when I got to the hospital, like low key, I was excited because my BP was down. I didn't know it wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Basically, for it to be that low, I shouldn't even been like
Yeah.
moving around.
You
But
low.
I was excited about my BP being down. I cracked jokes with the doctors. They were stripping. You know how they do when you get in there, they stripping you naked. I'm telling the brothers, like, bro, turn your head. Like you about to do some pole stuff. He's like, yo, you driven. Like, yo, stop tripping. I had fun in the ambulance. He popped up. So, yeah, I was like, all right, good. My son is here. And then he went to the hospital. I had fun for them whole 6 days, took care of my joint. He was up there almost every day, my mom, of course. And you know what I'm saying? And people was just popping up, but I had a blast in the hospital, went home. And then when my mom would be there during the daytime, but she had to go back home. So he would come. And I had my mom sleeping on no couch, you know what I'm saying? So he came and he wound up staying. So it was even more fun. But like for me, with me and him, I was still handling business. I was still booking him shows, making calls, doing stuff. From the hospital, even into the joint or whatever, like it didn't bother me. But when he started taking care of me, that's how my children are. Mm-hmm. Like him and his sister, they not gonna let nothing go down with their mom or they pop.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen. Like so, it wasn't like I was like, oh snap. No, it's not even an expectation. That's his character.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna make sure that you good.
Yeah.
So I would never expect anything less from him. But regardless, like he was there, make sure I'm straight. You want something to eat, you need this.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, when he turned a certain, he started working. He would be like, "Yo, let's go out to dinner." He would treat me. So like,
You wasn't proud of that, like.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be like, oh shit.
No, but
You know
see,
what I'm
the thing is,
saying?
I don't take it for granted just because he's
Okay.
my son.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that him and his sister, like he does stuff like that all the time. Like I appreciate because when you look at it, you're like, okay, my parents can be proud because the things that they instilled to me also instilled to my children, but to another level. Whereas they'll, you know what I'm saying, they are this way.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
Yeah.
his natural being. So being proud is, to me, is like an understatement.
Yeah.
I value that and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how do I show my appreciation? We squat. I never veer away. I'm still dad.
Yeah.
There's certain things where I'm like, yo, X, Y, and Z, it's still a respect, but I give him respect too. It's a mutual respect between us.
Yeah.
So like, I appreciate that because it's not that, I don't look at other kids don't have that. No, it's because a lot of fathers don't have sons like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't take him for granted just as much. I still have to value him, and not only as my son, but as a man as well. So, like reality, like I had to, was that a time in my life? No, I wasn't like, this ain't no fucking soap opera. Like, I was living it up. I was binge watching TV. I was like, yo, come watch this joint with me. Yo, we did in the room.
In the beginning, it was treacherous.
Yeah.
It was treacherous.
He front.
No, not that part. He
It
talking
was-
about he had to do some shit that I did feel bad for him for a minute when that shit.
It was a lot.
Cause I can't. They tore my ACL and shit like that, like my broken tailbone. So I had to use the bathroom in the bedroom. So he had to change that joint. He was like,
Free CNA, brother.
he was like, yo, this is love. I'm like, my
And
bad,
then-
gangster.
I was
I'm
about to
like,
say, but then like on top of that, like for me, it was like, cause I'm still going to work.
Yeah.
So it's like I wake up early, go to work, but then I come home and for the first like couple months, like I'm saying, like he's in pain, like he's going through it. So like it's like I get home, but I can't really like rest or sleep because I got to make sure he cool. Cause I know in reality he really not like at that time.
Yeah.
So it was like it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say like it was such a pivotal point because I never thought I'd be in no situation where at 23, 24, like I gotta take care of my dad. I just watched my mom take care of both of her parents up until they passed.
Wow.
So I feel like it was kind of like a repeating like what I saw too. It was like I saw my mom take on that responsibility just like that and do what she had to do. So it was like if I'm in the same situation and you know what I'm saying, like my pops need somebody there, I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. You know what I mean?
Damn. Oh,
And at the same time, like I know, like if I was down sick and it came down to it, like my pops would do the same thing for me. So, you know what I mean?
You definitely, you definitely owe that. Even if you didn't want to, that obligation was clear.
no, cause he had a bad car accident one time and it was crazy because I got.
Wait, he was in a car accident too?
Yeah, he was
Oh,
bad.
my God.
Car wrapped around a tree. It is. It's
Oh,
wild.
my
When I
First of all, I was mad because don't get me wrong, the car accident was bad, but I felt like it was bad for the car. Like I got out the car, like I was cool. I was bleeding a little bit, but I was cool. And everybody like, "Oh, you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." I'm like, my hip hurt a little bit. Somebody was like, "Yeah, don't worry, we just called the ambulance." I'm like, "Damn, they about to send me to the hospital." Sure enough, they pulled up. They put me on the gurney. They put the joint. I was like, my head felt fine. They was like, yeah, but we gotta do it because it's procedure. So I was like, all right, I don't know, full Nike fit. They started cutting my clothes. I was like, whoa. They was like, nah,
I can take this off.
They was like, we gotta cut your clothes off because it's a trauma incident. I was like, yeah, but I'm cool. I'll take these joints off for you. They was like, nah, we gotta cut them off. I was like, damn, bro.
Hey, what's up with you? Them cutting your clothes? Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
I could see if I was unconscious or something.
Yeah.
You gotta get in. That's cool, but like I'm awake. I see you cutting my clothes. These joints, like I was what 17, 18?
Yeah, he was like 18, he was like 18, 19
No, matter
years
of
old.
fact,
Yeah, he was 18. Yeah, he
I was
18.
17 because I ain't had a car for that long. I was 17.
Wow.
I was
he was
in
in
college.
college.
I ain't really had bread like that. So I'm like, y'all just cut up like $70.
Yeah.
I can't get that back.
You can't get that back.
Tell him the wildest part though. He got out of the backseat of his car and checked on the board that he hit.
No. I got out the passenger side.
Oh, and
I
checked
had
on the board
I
that
got
he
the
hit?
passenger side. Yeah. Cause I T-boned the shit out of the boy. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, yo, you okay? He was like, yeah, you okay? I was like, I'm good. My bad, bro. I said, I don't know what. Like I made a left turn, but between me making that left turn, the intersection, I don't remember what happened. So he was like, what happened, man? I was like, I don't know.
That's how accidents happen.
That's a fact.
That shit was crazy.
I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I was like, but I said, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I said, I just wanted to make sure you cool. He said, nah, you good. Like, so I wanted to make sure you was okay because my car lodged in between two trees, so it looked like I was the victim.
Damn, yo.
Wow.
That's how I was shocked. That was like,
Yeah,
I ran to the hospital so
I was at
quick.
the hospital.
I beat the
Hell,
ambulance.
my
there.
mom showed
Damn.
up. I'm like, damn, bro.
I was like,
My
dog.
mom-
But it was crazy
My
because
mom was like, I'm never buying you another car again.
it was one of the joint cracking jokes.
She said,
We
you
was
want
in the
another
hospital cracking
car?
jokes, me and him.
You gonna have to buy it yourself.
Damn.
I said, damn.
Sure enough, that's what I did after that. She ain't buy me no car.
I got that. You will not have that on my conscience.
She ain't buy me no car after that.
So talk to me, man. What was a time when you felt like nah, I can do this rap shit?
Damn, that's a good question. I think honestly, it was that time period like in the beginning. Like I said, like everybody was kind of pressuring, like, yo, you could really do it, because I never really thought about it. Like I said, like, you know, it sound good, but at the same time, like, you know, I don't want to be stuck in no bad position, but I think like in the beginning, like with me starting out and people kind of like seeing a reaction from everybody,
Yeah,
that's kind of what made me be like, all right, like maybe I could do this. Like, all right, I probably could kind of take this joint somewhere. So that's real. I think that was that. That was that. Yeah, peer pressure, hell of a drug.
Peer pressure.
putting that battery in your back, baby. When was the time when you felt like I'm in the industry?
Probably. I say probably we went to LA.
LA was a.
Oh,
Probably
talk to me
went to
about
LA.
LA, man.
No, LA was a vibe
man,
though.
man.
Now I got that's my OG. My OG
Yeah.
out there, Big T Capone. He's actually out there, and he's my elder. I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? So he's one of my elders. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
One of I highly respect.
He's very well
So
connected too.
it was he been trying to get me out there, and he first heard him rapping, and he called us up. He was like, he said he wanted to talk to him, so he talked to him. He said, and for me to really, mess with him, he said, I respect you as my ak. He said, but I got to get to know your son face to face. So I said, all right. So we decided to shoot over to LA, stay in the jungle, and like just being out there,
dog.
he was like. He was
OG
there.
loved me.
We stayed with the dog. It was a cool thing, but he got to the point. He looked at me one day. He was like, he said, for the first time, I felt like a rapper. And I was like, huh? He was like, no. He said, for the first time, I felt like a rapper. He was like, we really like out here, and my OG love him. Like he call him nephew. Like I leave them two alone. Like when we go out there. I'll just be like, all right, because they just be in their own little zone. They be in there having conversations, talking, they take walks or whatever. I stay out of it because that's his moment and his time for them to build up their connection. And now they have a rapport and a manner of respect for one another, and I didn't want to interfere with that. So when we were out there, it was just, I even felt that I was like, he said I was like, I feel like a rapper. I was like, see, this is kind of dope. Like we actually making real strides together, and we doing this on a level of, with a system of value, like in respect for one another, but also the people that we work with and that we know, and we're not just doing it as a work part. We like to treat this thing like a family unit. So, and that's the realness of it. Like, you gotta have that inkling about you. Everybody have it sometimes. They have it sometimes. They don't. But we gonna move it the way we gotta move, and that's it.
Bigg Yat, talk to me about building the record company. Like, how did you get to this point where, you know what I'm saying, you got publicists, you know what I'm saying, you got artists, you know what I'm saying, you got A&Rs. Like, if somebody wanted to build a record company, like, well, tell me your experience of how you grew your company to be what it is now.
When I first started, I had three artists on the label. I had a singer, 2 rappers, including myself. My brother was actually our manager. You know what I'm saying? So, and I had another manager from, I think she was from like LA or something like that. She flew out a couple of times. So that part was fun. My brother was always booking the stuff. He booked me a couple of shows outside of Philly, radio station, Jones, that we was doing. When I linked up, I had a crew, my man Zay and Scott, linked me with this boy named Drez, the beatnik out of Atlanta. So when he came up, we all bonded or whatever, and then I just started going to Atlanta and just chilling out with him. And he was like the king of the underground Atlanta. So we like bros. So I mean, just being out there with him was just enough for me. But then he would introduce me to people like Roy Ayers, Four Eyes from Ludacris Camp, or Jazzy Faye. Like, we was out there with people. But it was, I moved how he moved. I didn't step out of line in that. I always respected. If he told me, yo, we here, or X, Y, and Z, I did that, because regardless of whoever you rocking out with, you still have to respect the grounds that you're on. Like, if you value the friendship and the relationship, you have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that, like, for me, and then with doing it with him, I'm gonna be raw, like, it's been me and him, like, by ourselves for so long, and so we decided to get up a team. We had a nice little thing going or whatever, but doing this is tedious, and you have to want to do it, and everybody can't do it. So we have to respect that, but we still got to move. So, like, even with Sims, he's been like, he show up to our shows, not even have to perform, just showing up for Primo. And we do the same thing for other people. We pop up because, to me, you know, it was gonna be artist, you could be out there just being a spectator. So we always pop up. So when he started doing that, we was like, I mean, he came to an event one day and we was like, we gonna make a part of the family? I talked to him, he was like, yeah. So he joined. Jazzy's now our PR person, you know what I'm saying? But we had that whole system set up. But for me personally, I don't have to ask her to do anything. She goes and she makes connections with people for them, or finds venues and stuff like that, and that's the end. That's the end goal and the aim. So building it is not easy. I've had to connect because I like people. I deal in conversations. I'm I'm a debating person. Yeah. I can be an asshole in some aspects of some people. I'm gonna be me, unapologetically me all the time. So building those relationship rapports, I value them as family and friends. I don't just look at them as business, because when you see somebody as business, then you're gonna take advantage of them. I don't like doing it. That's not me. Yeah. So the people that I have are the people that I really fuck with. So for him, it's even easier, because who he is as a person, when they get to know him, they see that same value. So now my family is his family, and the whole, and vice versa, in the whole 9 yards. So it's not that this is easy. What I can tell people is, if you really want to do a record label, do your homework. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Understand that this shit is costly. It's not cheap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
If you really want to network, be a real person. Don't be a dickhead at the bottom and think you're gonna be a king at the top. Yeah. Like, really value the people that you associate with and that you are building with. Take advantage of opportunities that others give you, and don't take it for granted, because people really do hold that kind of stuff, and they won't want to work with you or do things for you. And if you ever, like, shout out to my man Known Records. You met Known, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because Known is a solid bull, and he'll invite us out to things to do stuff like that, because he's family. With y'all, right. And like me going out when I met you, and him coming to New York, he was just like, I'm like, yo, let me go. He said, all right, we going tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? At 3rd. Came and schooled me up. We came out. But we fam like that. Like, when he called, he be like, what's up, girl? He did that dumb shit all the time. And they laugh. It's the stupidest shit in the world, but that's my bro.
Hilarious. Yeah.
And most of his bros, I mean, we got my man Rob. He called him, what's Rob's nickname?
Oh, yeah, that's my Tio. That's my Spanish uncle.
He calls him motherfucking uncle.
That's my Spanish uncle. That's my Tio Rob.
It's funny, but like even with him, that's my bro. Like he's helping me with my rehabilitation right now. But he took us to a NASCAR joint. He was like, y'all want to go to NASCAR with me? He called out of work. He was like, he said, I'm not going to work. I think he said, I'm calling out. We go to this joint. We meet all these people. Like it's a industry NASCAR thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It was bananas. In the middle of the day, we got VIP passes, so we just having fun.
Yeah. I say, and that's one of them situations where I say, like, if I wasn't rapping, like the whole point of us being there was for me and him to make like some more connections with some people that you're not gonna see every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. I'm a network. You saw me.
Yeah, man. You be working, B, all day working. But it'd be genuine though. Like it's you know, a lot of times people think networking is just taking somebody's number. No, it's really talking to a person like a human being. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And finding the common ground between you two and being a person of your word at the same time. Because sometimes, you know, a lot of times you may see the person the first time. Y'all may not even make an exchange of numbers, but you keep going to these events and frequenting the same events, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I know that dude. You know what I'm saying? He's like this and that." Mm-hmm. And because some people, it takes a little more time for them to warm up to you than some people. Is you. First day, what up? You know what I'm saying? We in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm with whatever.
I think you can't really teach that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Networking,
yeah.
You can't teach that. You can tell somebody how to network, but you got to have it in your personality to be like that.
Yeah. But it's still just being a genuine person. Like, because when you think about, even when you went to school, you was networking in school. You don't realize you was networking in school. That's true. But you was. And based on that, you built your friends around that, but you wasn't being phony about it. So you shouldn't you shouldn't now, because you in a professional setting, try to be phony, because it's not going to work. They going to read you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can see through the smoke.
Yeah. So it's always necessary to be genuine. You know what I'm saying? So, when those connections become... And then once you do business with a person, that thing is even more strong and solidified. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's true.
I'm always happy to see when people just networking and being genuine people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to ask you about Master P and
Romeo.
Lil Romeo. Yeah. What did y'all think of that when y'all seen that?
I thought it was kind of messy. I think, stuff like that, like you don't bring that kind of stuff to Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Because the optics look really bad. I understand, people feel how they feel about stuff, but, at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't have put that out there like how he did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think the approach was wrong by bringing it to social media.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Honestly, man, it's tasteless and it's disrespectful for whatever happened, however a child may feel, to not honor your pops. And regardless of whatever he have done negatively, you wouldn't even be in a position of being someone at the caliber that you are if it wasn't for your father, regardless. Because there's no, in action, in certain ways, there is no perfect person in the world. So, like he said, it was messy. P probably could have done some things differently himself. Yeah. So it's two people that have to be held accountable. It's not just one. Yeah. But at this state, the boy grew up in this lifestyle. So people taking their problems and issues to the media, it's not like, to me, that's not uncommon for any of them to do that. Just look at relationship BS out in the world. Yeah. It's like, oh, he got a dog without asking. All right, motherfucker, we didn't really need to know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're so you sharing their story with the world that's all they know. Yeah. For us, it's different. If we got a beef or whatever we're going through, we gonna talk that shit the fuck out and keep it moving. Yeah. You know what I mean? You either talk it out or you duke it out. It don't matter much, but you gonna get past it because we gonna rock out. And because of the way we are, we bounce back very quickly. So even if he going through a moment where he just ain't feeling me, I know give him a day or whatever. I'm gonna still check on him, make sure he's good. My son, that shit don't stop.
Yeah.
But give him a day or so, and then we go right back to normal. You gotta talk about it, express it. You have to allow people to do that. So you express it.
Yeah.
I see where I come from, so he came from, and after that, you acknowledge you're wrong and you keep it moving, and that's it. Some people aren't built like that, or there's some damages that people have done, including parents, where the child is gonna lash out, and if you're not hearing them, they're gonna take it to other sources.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. To even acknowledge that parents make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But that's going back to how you felt about your father, where it was like, I accepted him for who he was and not who I wanted him to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the craziest shit. So I'm Haitian, right?
Yeah.
And I told him this story because my pop was wild as hell. This motherfucker told me, he's deceased, but he told me, I asked him a question. I was like, if you saw me running down the street from like 20 bulls, would you pull over? You know it's your son. Would you pull over and pick me up? This motherfucker was like, no hesitation, no.
God damn. Damn.
Motherfucker, I was like, I said, wait, hold up. I said, you know these boys about to kill me. You wouldn't even pull over and let your son in the car? He was like, no. You know what I said? I ain't even pause. No hezzy. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I said, you know what though? I love you.
Wow.
Because he was real about it.
Yeah.
I can respect somebody being honest to my face like that than somebody lying behind my back. And he was that was reality for me.
Yeah.
So why would I hate or dislike my pop because he being real with me? I prefer your honesty. Guess what? That let me know that you do love me because there's a reason why you wouldn't do that. And that's your reason. That's who you are. I cannot expect anything other than to love you for who you are. So at that moment in my life, I always loved my pop, but at that moment I said, cool. And me and him had the best relationship because I had to understand that that's not my job. My job is to honor my father. It's not for me to dictate who he's supposed to be to me. It's that third. My job is to honor him. And once I saw where I can love him for who he was, I understood that definition of love in a more in-depth way, and we had a great relationship. He loved my son and my niece and my nephews and my daughter. He loved them. That was his pride and joy, them grandkids.
Did you go, you didn't treat me like that?
Shit, the fuck I did. I was like, are you brand new, pop? His boy can't do no wrong, right? Yeah, whatever, though. Yeah, I did say that to him. Right to his face, too, like, hey, let me talk to my grandkids. You ain't want to talk to us this much. Like, you tripping, gang, but it was comical, though, because me and my brother always had fun with my pop. Like, he was strict, and he was, like, strict. Like, he Haitian from Haiti, moved to Newark, New Jersey straight.
God damn.
So I couldn't even have part in my head. I couldn't have cornrows.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I had cornrows and this mug was like, I don't like that. I was like, I don't care. Like, you in my face, gang. Like, who is you talking, grown ass man? Who you talking to? but that was the whole joint. That's why I loved him, because it was like the memories I got is like always gonna have me laughing.
Yeah.
Like you can't get that if you didn't take a lesson from that. You don't get that back.
Yeah.
So I don't live in misery for that. I look at those moments as like me and him. So Sims be around us a lot, and he'll tell people like I don't know what I see what y'all be seeing when they be out at the shows and be in the joint. He was like, but you gotta be around them too when it's just them. He was like, it is a complete show. Comedy and it's all, we authentic because we do have especially if we lit. If we lit, like we been drinking this. Dude, we are
over the top.
That shit goes way out of pocket.
When we drinking, we gonna find something to debate about.
Oh yeah, and it goes out of pocket, like everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it gets ugly. It gets ugly. To me, it gets ugly in the sense of like it's comical, but it gets like
if you don't know us or you're not used to that kind of setting, like you might think like we about to fight.
Yeah, we be going back and forth. We be cracking
if you know us, if you really know us, like you know, like that's just how we are. You know, that's just what it is.
The jokes, the slide talk, it come natural. It's what it is.
Relentless. Let me ask you this. Top 5 rappers.
Top 5 rappers. All right, now mind you, I'm 26, bro. All right,
I don't care about your age.
Top
Top 5 rappers.
I'm not knowing people be, but I'm 26, so you know I got into music in high school. You know what I'm saying, like everybody else in the world did. You know what I'm saying, keep that in mind. But I always say my number one. Well, I start from 5. I say my number 5 is definitely Wale.
Wait.
Listen,
I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm not mad. Don't think I'm mad at you. You fucked me up with that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Wale.
I know, but
That's ill, bro.
In my true opinion, like on when it comes to like the music, I've always felt like Wale was left out of that conversation of all of those like 2010 like class of guys who came out during that time. You know what I'm saying?
He was in there though. He was in that conversation.
He was, but I always felt like in a sense he was always.
But he was in there.
I'm saying he was underrated.
Yeah, he
you know
was.
what I mean?
He was. I like especially my favorite album was the album About Nothing.
Yeah, loved
shit
it.
was fire,
Absolutely
right
loved it.
Go to number 4, please. Number 4.
My number 4 is probably gonna have to be Big Sean.
Man, I like Big Sean, B.
I never hear that either, but
I like Big Sean, B. Oh man,
he's just as good as Drake to me.
Yeah,
I ain't lying.
And
if not better. Yeah,
I watch these guys like grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Nah.
he's nice. I'll give it to him.
My number 3 is Cole, J. Cole.
Oh yeah,
you know he's in my top 5. So
My number 2 is Kendrick Lamar,
I ain't mad at that.
and my number 1 is Black Thought.
Black Thought.
Black Thought. I think Black Thought's the
Yeah,
greatest
you
rapper.
will for that.
I think he's the greatest rapper ever.
Word.
Like no lie, I think he's the greatest rapper ever.
Oh wow, you will for that. I respect you now from the Wale shit now. You had me fucked up with the Wale shit. Now you got it back now with that. Black Thought is ill, very ill.
Yeah.
Here in your top 5, I see why you would put Wale in there. Like
Right, because
I
my 2 through 5 is like those are the guys like that I said I watched them grow. Like when I was in high school, they was kind of like just coming out. Or no, when I was in middle school, they was like just coming out. So in high school, when I was really like getting into music for real, like those were the guys who were like these are the guys I watched and at that time. So I got to watch them from their first album up to where they are today.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But to me,
that's so biased.
in that era, though, I
100%.
still would
So
put
biased.
Meek over
100%.
Wale. I still would put Meek over.
100% biased. I'll admit it. I'm very biased about a
Never
lot
heard
of
Wale
things.
and nobody.
I'm very biased. But Wale is like the rapper who really influenced like the way like when I rap about like women, like that's who I like get that from because the way that he did it.
In there.
No, he do.
Black
Black
Thought.
Thought.
Oh, Black. Oh,
yeah.
I'm bugging.
Yeah.
But nah, yeah, like to me, like Wale did it in a way that was just like
was nice,
that was
though.
different.
Yeah, let me get a top 5 from Philly. Can I get that?
A top 5 from Philly. I'm letting you know right now. My number 1 is still Black Thought from Philly, greatest rapper of all time. My number 5. My number 5 would probably have to be. Damn, that's a good one. My number 5 would probably have to be Freeway. Probably to be Freeway.
I like Free.
My number 4. I mean, come on, man. You talking about the GOAT.
That goes without saying.
My number 4. My number four actually probably be Uzi. Once again, it's biased because I watch Uzi.
No, I like Uzi.
So
I like Uzi.
yeah, I used to hate Uzi.
Really? Nah.
Yeah, like in the very beginning, I used to hate Uzi.
It was with him and Bigg and Lil Giants. It was definitely Uzi every time.
I hated it, but once I kind of came around like to the sound, I saw what he was doing. I also kind of like broadened my horizon like at that point too. I was like, all right, like I could fuck with the music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not bad music. Like he made good music. He make shit that make you want to move. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. My number 3 is gonna have to be Meek. My number
Love me
2 is Tierra Whack. I feel like Tierra Whack's an incredibly
I don't even
underrated
know that.
rapper.
I'm old and I don't know who that is.
You don't know Tierra Whack?
No,
She's
I don't.
nice.
Yo,
man.
listen,
She's
listen,
nice.
listen. When they come to bars, a lot of rappers in general not fucking with her.
Tierra Whack is nice.
Tierra Whack is like that.
Wow, I gotta look that up.
And then my number 1 is, of course, Black Thought.
What about Beanie Siegel? No.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. No Beans, no Cassidy.
No,
Cassidy's in my top 5 of Philly.
I didn't.
It has to
Gilly
be.
was even tough.
Because I wasn't
Gilly was tough, too.
I wasn't
Top
listening
five.
to them
I
like
didn't say that.
I wasn't
I just said he was hot.
I wasn't listening to them like as much though.
Dutch and Spade. You ever heard of Dutch and Spade?
Yeah, Dutch
I've
and
heard
Spade.
the
That's
name.
from that's from West Face Camp. Yeah, but
Yeah, but they
that's
was
kind of like
crazy.
that's before his time.
Philly,
though, right?
yo,
yeah.
Philly had.
They did.
I don't know a Philly rapper who didn't have bars. To be honest, so it was
We got
tough.
spitters. Like literally, we
Will
got
Smith.
spitters.
First.
He gonna
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do
You
that.
right, though.
I'm not gonna do
Shout
that.
out to Will Smith.
Will
Don't
Smith.
Shout out to
forget
Will.
He
what
might
you
have been the
said.
biggest out of Philly.
He was the
though.
biggest.
That's the crazy.
For sure.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
let me pause that too. Let me pause that.
Yeah, definitely a pause.
Yeah, that was a big pause. You heard me? I was totally out of control.
He was quite comfortable.
He got big paws energy over there. Well, he says you're the. I'm not gonna repeat that.
I said probably the biggest. That was crazy. That was super
was
crazy.
wild.
Big Willie style.
I didn't say all that.
Oh man,
That's cool though.
OG. I need to hear your top 5.
Honestly, number one will have to be Thought. Number 2 is gonna be Jadakiss all day. Number 3 is definitely gonna be on the lyrical side of things, Curse One. I'm always fuck with him. Number 4, Pac. Number 5. Literally just listening to his lyrics and what he do, Cole. I'm only putting that because my top 5 is gonna be different because I come from a different era. But Cole to me is like J. Cole is one of the most unmatched artists out
That's
there
a
right
fact.
now.
That's a fact.
And he would be ranked higher than me, but like honestly between Kiss, I fuck with Kiss, but I fuck with Styles P a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with Kiss because Kiss is more, you know what I mean, it's that third. But when it comes to people like J. Cole, that boy is like lyrically versatile.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like
He do it all good.
yeah,
He do it
he's
all
good.
well. You know what I'm
He's-
saying?
I first heard him. Oh man, it was crazy. He was crazy. I didn't think he could outmatch that.
Yeah,
That's how
and
high he
yo, for
was.
He
real,
does it
yo,
every
no,
time.
for
Yeah,
real.
he
That warm up
always get
shit,
iller
like,
and iller, like,
oh
Up
my
the
God.
bar
damn.
every time. Whatever he
Yeah,
does,
yeah.
he's going
he's
to up the
amazing.
bar.
He's amazing. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie.
like
He's amazing.
He would. He could. I mean, if I was around like his age, he would be my number 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would be my number 2
Yeah.
top 5 joint.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny to me. I never thought two artists to me surprised me when I hit top 5. It's Jadakiss and AZ. Because we put up the other thing, and so many people put up AZ in there. And I was just
Because
like,
AZ was inspiring behind all of that
like,
stuff.
Yeah.
I just never.
Because you know why? Because Nas was the top, right?
Yeah.
But AZ was sounding better sometimes.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
see why they
Their
say
voice.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean-
He just had a repetitious voice.
Yeah.
That was his only thing.
I was just so surprised. Like, yo, people still give him props.
That's
like,
okay. He was crazy
He was
with it.
nice
He
though.
was
He was
crazy.
nice. That life's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
my
crazy.
song.
Bodied that
He was
beat,
crazy.
like-
He was crazy.
Him and Miss
crazy.
Jones,
That's
that
right.
joint was
Like,
popping.
he
Yeah.
bodied. Buck, I never heard your top 5.
You heard my top 5 plenty of times.
Not on camera.
He was about to say school leader.
We did that. You did that. You know who my
we
top
didn't
5
hear yours. We heard mine.
You want to hear it again. That's what
do.
just say you want to hear it again.
wanna hear it
and then
again.
I want to hear yours again so
Okay.
I can ridicule you too. All right?
Go
We're going to
ahead.
do it like,
Go
all
ahead.
right, you know Jay.
Jay's
Jay-Z,
number 1.
Biggie.
Biggie, really?
Yeah, you don't like that. You don't
Yeah.
like
Go
that.
ahead.
But I like it. Biggie. 3, Eminem.
I like him.
Eminem. 4, Rakim. 5.
What? Is this G Vast talking?
No, I like the Rock. I can't front on Rakim.
Yeah.
I cannot front on
Rakim
Rakim.
is nice.
And 5 will be What I would listen to. See, listening to and liking the best is two different things. Cause I could listen to 50 a lot, but he's not in my top 5.
Yeah.
5 would be
50 makes great music.
yeah, that's a fact.
Honorable
Lyrically,
mention. Yeah.
that 5th one is fuck it, just for the show's sake, Pun. I'm gonna put Pun there.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna put Pun there.
Are you Puerto Rican?
No.
He ain't white either. He like Eminem.
I like lyrics.
Yeah, he was nice.
Lyrics.
He was phenomenal.
He was nice.
That group I just said was lyrical. That's my lyrical top 5.
Yeah.
Now my favorite top 5 is different.
Yeah. My top 5, definitely Hove. I liked Hove before at least my contemporaries and my friends liked Hove. It's Hove, Nas. I'm gonna say this is after this. There's no particular order. It's definitely Hove and Nas. Then I got Pac in there. I got M, and then I got J. Cole.
I ain't mad at that. I wanted to be mad at you. I couldn't be mad at that. I love J. Cole.
I used to put Bigg in there all the time, but I cannot put a person who only has 2 albums in the top 5 greatest of all time.
But here's the crazy. I mean, and I I didn't put him or Hove in my top 5. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of fair.
Yeah, and honestly, he the only one that had a female in his top 5 out of all of us.
Yeah.
But
the greatest female rapper to me is Lauryn Hill.
Yes, by far.
Oh my God.
But here's the crazy joint though.
One of the
So
greatest albums of all time.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Nobody know. I have never heard a female touch that yet.
That album.
Now they-
that
You're
album was
never
better
gonna
than-
hear it, right?
Nah,
She
you
might
not.
have top 5 album of all time.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a
I
fact,
agree.
man.
Oh God, man, that shit
From
was.
beginning
I was
to
about to say,
end.
that's
Nothing
wild.
trash. Nothing
But here's the
trash.
crazy thing, even with Biggie, he's not your top 5, and that's nothing wrong with that. Like he's not mine either. But when you look at lyrics and influence, he influenced the culture.
Yeah.
Oh, his impact
so
was
by that
serious.
standard, just because he had 2 albums, he had a shitload of music already recorded and a lot of work with other people. And remember, he did the whole joint with Junior Mafia. So when you look at totality, he influenced a whole culture in
did.
rap.
Absolutely.
So and then if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't have the conversations Jada and all of them had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and people still use his rhymes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you look at it, what would make him someone's top 5 is the fact that he was extremely influential.
Yeah.
You could put on any
That's why
Biggie song right
Pac
now.
like that too.
Yeah,
Pac
and
like
him and
that
Pac
too.
to
Pac
me,
like that. Like 1A1B.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Big and
yeah,
Pac.
them two to me. If I had a top 5 as far as overall in that section, if I was just, it would be Biggie and Pac.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah. I can,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
That's
Biggie
like
and
Magic
Pac.
and Bird.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
how-
word. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just like that.
Like they're class.
Yeah,
they are
1A1B.
classic
Yeah.
lyricists,
Yeah.
classic influencers.
Yeah.
So when you look at the influence that they had on the culture, they didn't swagger jack. They didn't steal the
that's a
people's
fact.
flows and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had their own, and
Yeah.
that's what made them top
Yeah.
tier.
You couldn't wait for them to come out.
Yeah.
That's what was great
Yeah,
about them
they-
two.
I just was, like when I hear 2 albums, I'm just like, it's just not like. How
Almost
can I
it's
put
not
him?
enough to go off of?
How many albums J. Cole got?
He got like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, yeah.
I knew from the first album.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew he was crazy from the first album.
But it's just like, who's to say after the 3rd or 4th album you should just
Flops.
you start missing?
But you know what?
I'm
When it's
saying?
so great, it was so
But
great.
it was so great. It was so.
That you just in your mind you don't want to see
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
a flop. You
Yeah,
just like he
yeah, I
couldn't
know,
make a flop
yeah, yeah.
because he's with Puffy. Puffy's
Yeah.
not going to put out nothing trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you definitely had a good feeling about
Yeah.
Biggie. You know what I'm saying?
But for me, you know why I can't really say that because I think of DMX.
Oh damn, yeah.
DMX had, to me, them first 3 was, you know what I'm saying? And then
Golden.
after that, it was like, what the heck? Like, it was night and day. Like, them first 3 albums was like,
Crazy.
you know what I'm saying? And it was like, so for me, so when I see that, I'm like, I don't know what would have happened. I'm not saying that would have happened, but I don't know what would have happened. And it's like, and I think of it just like a ball player. You can't be the greatest of all time with 5 good years. You can't be the greatest basketball player. You can't
How
be the
many
greatest.
albums Michael Jackson gave you?
Mike gave like 7 or 8.
No, I mean that was just phenomenal. Like 2
gave-
really, right? Beat
No,
it.
he gave off the wall. Off the,
And
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
don't do that.
And-
Don't do that.
Hold on, let me. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. What you doing right now?
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Don't just cut me off to be like
right.
Thriller and fucking Off the Wall. Really, those are 2 greatest albums.
Great, yo, those
That he did.
That's his peaks.
Yeah. All right. Now, what other album that you could put up
Bad
there?
was good. Are you
Bad was
kidding me?
definitely
No,
good.
don't do bad like that.
Bad was definitely good.
Bad was good, man. Leave me alone. Who's bad?
That was like Thriller.
Criminal.
That was like Thriller. The Thriller album.
It didn't give as much
No,
play,
no,
but it
no,
was
no,
still
no,
top
no,
tier
no,
though.
no.
But you know that album was so crazy.
hold on.
Did he match that?
Hold
I
on.
don't think he ever had a bad
Thriller
album.
is the
though.
greatest album of all time.
Was it the most
Nobody
selling?
was gonna top that again.
Was it the most selling?
Yes, the most selling.
Okay, did he? All right, now
Nobody's
is it fair
gonna
to
do
say,
that again.
Did it fair to say did that flop the next album after that?
No.
Is that a flop after that next
No,
album?
he
He never
sold 8
flopped,
million
though.
records.
Oh, how many albums did that Thriller album do?
33.
Okay, now you do 8. That's
Probably more
called
than
a
that.
flop after that.
That's not a flop.
I'm
That
gonna
is
call
a
it
flop.
a
That's
flop.
not a flop.
necessarily.
That is a flop.
The person can't even do 500,000.
That's
Yeah,
a fact.
that's not a
That's
flop. That's not a flop.
Not considered a flop from anybody else. That would be a flop.
Let me tell you a flop.
How about this? Truth be told, if it was a #1 album, it's not a flop.
No. Let me tell you a
Because
flop.
you can't flop a #1 album.
Yeah.
That's that. You right about
realistically.
that. You're all right about that.
Yeah.
But
Like,
it's
no matter
not
what,
what
like,
you
if
what
you-
you. See, that's why it's a scary thing. That's like with MC Hammer. MC Hammer sold crazy records, right? First album. But the second album doesn't match the first album. It probably still do good, but it's not considered like the first album.
But why is that though?
I don't know.
Anybody got time about that damn dance?
I don't know. I don't know why I go
You
like
can only
that. though.
but dance so much on the
I
record
was about
and
to
do the
say,
job.
but then on top of that, you also gotta look at it like, even after Thriller, like it wasn't like Michael Jackson didn't put out
Quality music.
hits for years
Yeah, he
after
did.
that too.
No, I'm not going to
You know
disagree
what I'm
with that.
saying?
Yeah.
Like Thriller was when he was brown Michael Jackson. We still bumping stuff when he was white Michael Jackson too.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I'm
a
saying?
fact,
Like
yeah.
it was hits
That,
on both sides.
Stand alone in the mirror and shit like
How
that.
much
The
did
man
it
in the
sell
mirror.
when
Come
it-
on now, B.
When he dropped it, how much did it sell at the time? Not after he died, because it probably went up
It was
after he
8
died.
million. When
It
he-
was certified
before
in
he-
like what, a month's time?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I was a fucking kid by then, but when I was looking at it, it was 8
Yeah,
million.
but that could have been like way later on too, though. So we
But
don't
he
know
never,
the numbers.
He never stopped. He never stopped charting.
Yeah.
No, he
Him and
didn't.
Prince.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's
They were just
that's
timeless
what
artists.
makes it not a
Yeah.
flop. Because if it's a flop, that means you did bad.
You know,
Not
you know what
necessarily
flop?
worse
You
than your
don't even
last
make 100.
album, but if you flop, that means that shit was trash.
People enjoyed
if
that
people
album.
still bought
No,
it and
no,
it
I'm
went
not
#1. That's not
Yeah,
really
but
a
it,
flop.
like, I'm not
You
gonna.
just
I
had a
shouldn't say
moment
flop
where you
because
really
flop is
went
probably a
up.
harsh word. It
Yeah.
didn't do good as the first album.
It can't do that. Like
I'm about to say everybody peaks.
no
That's a
album,
fact. That's
no
a fact.
Jay-Z album topped Hard Knock Life. Do you call those other albums a flop
Compared to the first one, yes.
compared to Hard Knock Life?
Yes. Like if you got one
consider
that
the
do
Blueprint
5 or
a
6,
flop?
if you do one that's like 5 or 6, and then the next one comes out and does 1, that's still a good album, but it's not compared to the album that did 5 or 6.
Right, but if it was #1, it don't matter at that point.
Yeah, but it's
Because in order for you
Not
to
a
flop,
flop.
you can't like I said, you can't flop a #1.
it's your peak.
I'm
It's
not-
your
I'm not
it's
gon-
your peak. You can't go.
It's just, yeah, sometimes,
your peak. Everybody has your
No,
peak.
I know, I understand.
Sometimes
That's
you
why
had that one
sometimes it's a
great
gift
joint.
and a curse by
Yeah.
being so,
Yeah.
by the album being so much like that. Because now the label is looking for that same thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You
That's
gotta
all
be
I'm
a
saying.
fool to think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like
I'm about to say, like I said,
Only
but-
one
I'm about to say,
album
and
did
even
that.
with-
That's why I
is.
said it's a gift and a curse
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
of
But
making
everybody
a crazy
did,
album.
but to say he flopped after that would be like Jay-Z wouldn't be where he is today if he
No,
flopped.
he stay consistent. So stay consistent
Right.
in that area
But
of 2 or 3. That's still good.
But like I
That's
said,
still good.
if you keep charting even after that, and you still putting out these #1 records, you never really flop. Never,
That's a fact.
You never
That's
even
a fact.
fell off for it.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I ain't gonna argue
You know
that.
what I'm
That is a
saying?
fact.
Because truth be told, 2014 For a Seal Drive might be J. Cole's best-selling album,
yeah.
Okay.
but he didn't flop after that
All
because
right.
the album after that was
What did
amazing
DMX
too.
do? His album, the third album.
What
Was
he
that
did,
the Great
like,
Depression?
he did like
Five,
5
no,
yeah.
that was and then there was X, the third
Okay,
album.
which one flopped?
The Great Depression. He
What
went
did it
platinum
do?
though.
It went platinum. See, that's what I mean.
But that was
It
from
went
5 to
platinum.
1.
That was my point. That was my point.
but like to me, a flop is like
Plus his buzz kind of
Cisco.
died
Cisco
down.
went from 5 million to like gold the next album.
But Gold is still good, ain't it?
Yeah, but I mean,
Gold
it's
is
good
still
for us,
good.
but
Gold is still good.
it's good.
You still
but
get a plaque. You get some type.
It's good, but it's not. But it's
Now
not
with the
what it
5
was.
million, you gotta at least go platinum,
Yeah.
be double platinum or something.
Yeah, something at
You know what I'm saying? Like at least back then. Now, shit, you be happy with a
You gotta
platinum.
just
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, or even after like it, what happens after that next album? What happens? I'm saying the album after that is what really matters.
True.
Because if that album after that next song don't do nothing, that's when you know you really flop.
That's
you
a fact.
really
Yeah,
on
no,
the
that's,
decline.
that's definitely true.
That's a fact.
And Mike
I'm
came
saying?
out with that. Was it Blood on the Dance Floor? That's the one with we had Matthew Johnson in it too. That was
the joint.
Remember the Time.
Remember the time. Yeah,
That was
that's
There's
good.
some hits off of it,
yeah.
but as
I was
a
about
whole,
to say, Remember the Time is a classic song.
Yeah, that was a
yeah,
classic.
a classic
After
song.
Thriller.
What about the album?
I don't remember the songs.
I
on
know
that
you
album.
don't. I know you don't.
But I wasn't really feeling
I
Mike
know.
by then.
I
You know what I'm
know.
saying?
I know.
was,
That's what happened. That's what happened.
you know, but Mike is a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
okay. But you know, I don't know how to chart the greatest singers of all time. Or the greatest. I don't know how to chart them. I wouldn't even. You don't ask me. Them shit.
For me, you gotta chart them by the writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to chart them, but with rappers, I can. I was
Some of them you gotta chart them by the writers. I mean, it's sad
that's a
to say
fact.
it, but
That's a fact.
no, I mean, I understand making a great record. You have other people come in. Some people write a portion of it. And they just have a little assistance to help.
Yeah.
Always a necessity.
I guess it's just a saying.
Yeah.
When you like the urban way of saying that what your second or third album doesn't match that hit album,
Yeah.
it'd be floppy.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Not saying it's a flop, but it didn't just do good as the
as
first
long as
album.
you can get quality music, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck.
That's a fact.
Because sometimes your most critically acclaimed album don't do
the best.
don't do the best.
Look at Reasonable Doubt. To me, that's
Yeah,
one of Jay-Z's best work.
absolutely.
And that shit went gold.
Nas, his first album, that shit
The
only went
best.
platinum.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever heard anything from him since Illmatic.
Still, really?
Wow.
No, I'm talking about like
one of my favorite
on that
albums, too.
caliber.
Really?
Illmatic is. Look at Illmatic.
I'm
That's
about to
raw.
say,
It's
nah, but
crazy.
It is, but look at Illmatic. That's raw.
The general consensus is that first album was his best album ever.
Wow.
All his
Never
joints
been
is
able to
good.
put
I
out
listen
anything
to
else that
I
was
listen to
able
the
to touch
work,
it.
but Illmatic is
Wow.
a staple.
It is. No, it's
Very
a
much
part
so.
of
Like,
history.
let's be real. It's a staple in the hip hop community. Like, you don't get past Illmatic. Like, when I say it's a staple, you got to think about, like, it's Illmatic. You can listen to Illmatic from front to back. The beats is all, it's raw from the street. It's general hip hop. It's not even, there's no commercialism in it. Everything after that, you get a little bit of commercial, you get some raw, but you get more commercial. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference. Not that we don't respect all the other works. It's the fact that one is the raw works for him. Same thing with Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
Reasonable
that's
Doubt
I don't
is
think
raw
that's
works.
his first. I mean, his best album though.
Whose?
Reasonable Doubt. I don't think that's Jay-Z's
What you
best
think his
album.
I think it's more. It's
To
his
me, in my
classic.
opinion, 444.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I would say
interesting.
444. I'm not gonna hold back on that. That is a dope ass record.
I was gonna say Blueprint.
It sold the most, didn't
Blueprint didn't sell the most.
It
Hard
didn't?
Knock Life sold
Hard
the
Knock
most.
Life
it?
did.
Oh, I thought that was Blueprint album.
Now Blueprint was that shit
The
was
best album?
breathtaking to me. For me, that was like
Yeah.
his, you know. But
I like that 444.
reasonable,
album.
like it's not.
Magna
It's not
Carta was
reasonable. It's
crazy,
not
too.
like this to Reasonable Doubt. It's like this. It's like small but better. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it's
yeah.
not like
It's just Reasonable Doubt is a classic.
but it's a classic.
It is a
And
classic.
that's
Is
raw.
Blueprint a
That's
classic?
Yeah,
that's raw.
hell yeah.
That's raw Jay Z.
Yeah,
that's Jay Z being
he got
Jay
a few.
Z.
Blueprint is a classic. Reasonable Doubt's a classic. American Gangster's a classic.
Yeah, definitely.
Magnum Carta's a classic to me.
444 is a classic.
444 is definitely a classic.
You know what I'm
That shit-
saying?
Wait, don't do that. Magnum Carta is crazy though.
It's crazy.
That
though.
shit
It's
was
crazy.
crazy.
I don't go back to that as much
I was
as
about
like.
to say, I feel like Magna Carta. I feel like a lot of people ain't really like Magna Carta like that when it first dropped. A lot of people hated on it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But
Me
too.
a lot of people
Me too.
hated on it though.
Yeah.
My beats is better. You know
I
what I'm
liked it,
saying?
that shit.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
Crazy.
Jay-Z could do no wrong to me. No
Damn.
wrong. No wrong.
Is that New York bias?
Very.
The truth is
Very
here.
Bias.
He's out. All right,
right, he be like, they say one thing, and they be like, I ain't talking about that hoe. Be like, oh, my bad. All right, bro, have a drink, chill.
Yeah, you gonna get. I ain't gonna hold you. You gonna get biased in here.
That's cool.
When it come to Hov, me,
that's cool.
G, and Bug.
Yeah.
Except our last guest, Alex, he gonna pick Ludacris.
Ludacris. Not in the top 5.
Lyrically, Luda is
Not
nice.
the top 5.
Well, first of all,
I ain't hear no Luda. Nobody in this
That's a fact.
He's not my top 5, but listen, on some lyrical stuff, Luda can hold his own, and Luda can freestyle off the top of his head.
Absolutely.
So when you look at that, and when you listen to his music, see, the thing about Luda, the same thing happened with Busta Rhymes.
I was getting ready to say,
listen.
who's better?
No, it's not about who's better. What I'm saying is they're animated rappers. So people don't literally respect animated
That's a
rappers
fact.
because it's, but when you listen to what Busta and Luda is saying, get past the animation.
Eminem is animated.
Listen to the lyrics. Luda is hot as fuck. Luda will bury somebody with lyrics but make it sound like he'll put you in a whole scene.
Yeah.
And it'll
But
be
he just
so
played too much.
It'll
That's
be
the
disrespectful.
problem.
No, but the thing, but when you listen to the lyrics,
I listen to a lyric.
Every album that man has had since his first album, he's done numbers. He's never I don't know why people don't pitch his numbers. He's went over
He
platinum.
put numbers on the board.
He's one of
I
the top.
agree.
Let's be honest. His lyrical
Redman
game
is animated. Would you
Yeah.
say Redman is animated?
Yeah.
very
Is he
animated.
better than Redman?
Who, Luda?
I'll put him as better.
I'm putting respect to Newark, New Jersey, and I ain't getting this. I'm not about to do that. Here's what I'm gonna say this.
You can be biased.
I'll put Luda over.
I said, it's all right. It's safe to be
That
biased.
hurt
in
my
this
bad.
round.
I'm putting Luda over him.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. To
Redman
me, Luda better than Redman because of where. No, let me finish.
Cut the cameras off.
Let me tell you why. Not better. He's not better in the sense of it's because Redman to me is one of the staples of animated rappers. It's like him and Busta really started that shit.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at Luda, it's like Luda topped that because Luda had to top that because you're coming behind these guys. I don't expect any art like when people ask dumbass questions about me. I'm like, who you think the better rapper is, you or your son? I'm like, motherfucker. First of all, we come from two different times of rapping.
Yeah.
I can still hold my own on freestyle and shit. I said, but he's gonna be a better rapper than me. Number one. Number two. Why wouldn't I want my son to be better than me?
I agree.
Like that's fucked up. If you think your son should be beneath you, know what I mean? That as an artist, as an ex-artist myself, and him paying attention to rap and music and hip hop and listening to all genres, and what he does over beats, then fuck yeah, he better be 10 times better than me. I applaud that. That lets you know as just as a mentor, you did your job. If you want to be still be better than somebody coming up under you, then you don't want to see people grow. You know what I'm saying? That's some selfish type shit to be on.
That's just
So
so
hell yeah, he's
competitive,
better
man.
than me. As a rapper, hell yeah, he's better than me. You know what I'm saying? I would never be like, no, I'm better than myself. I still got it. No, the fuck I don't.
Do you
I
still
can
rap?
still-
You still rap?
I dibble and dabble. I play around with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'll leave the rapping up to him. Like, there's a song I'm gonna do. I'm just doing it because I want to have fun with this shit. And I already let him and the engineer hear it. My man Zay. But the rapping is his shit. I do beats, manage, and run the label. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Bug, you got any questions?
You know one of my questions, the favorite part of the show. No! You gotta give me a 16. You gotta give it to me.
All right.
That camera right there. You know
He
what I'm
said
saying?
He said no beat.
I told him I was gonna ask my pops like, yo, they gonna make me rap up here.
Goddamn
I was
right.
gonna ask
You know
you
what I'm
before we
saying?
got up here, but I
Definitely
figured.
right. Because I never heard you, so.
I figured.
I'm trying to think. What's the one joint you would give him?
Nah, you don't know this one.
He got listen, y'all. Yo, pay attention to his freestyle Fridays. There's a new freestyle like every week.
All right. What I say? Y'all rappers ain't real nice. Y'all just feel nice. Boise State perception is everything when you feel nice. Mistaken fantasy for real life. Like I fake married my ex and treated her like my real wife. I was rolling real dice. I got scars on my arm from bad decisions like tattoos that ain't heal right. We ain't signing nothing for money unless the deal right. The bag look heavy to you. To us it feel light. The rule is don't speak on nothing you not involved. My real rat raw like a nigga taking the condom off. When Calvin died, I didn't cry when I got the call. Saw his face, I tried to hold it together, then I dropped the ball. You gotta watch the way that you talk to me. I am not your dog. I'm the nigga that really got it, dog. You acting corny cool, we get to popping off. Final level shit, nigga, I'm the boss. We hit him in his noodle cause we got the sauce.
That's tight.
Oh yeah, that was nice. I'm gonna give you some of your day. I'm gonna give you some love on that.
When I say he's a spitter, it's crazy. He do a freestyle Fridays, and it's a new freestyle every Friday.
Oh, I don't do no rap beats either.
Yeah, he be.
He wasn't trying to pay no
I don't do no rap
producers.
beats on my freestyle Fridays. I don't never pick rap beats. I pick everything else. I do R&B, jazz. I did rock.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, me personally, I love the R&B Jones. I did what was the John I did this morning?
I heard it all before.
Yeah, heard it all before.
Oh yeah, I definitely put that up. Yeah, I definitely heard that.
He did a crazy John behind You Don't Know My Name.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, the Alicia Keys.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
When I saw that John, I was looking like, I said, shit, we need to record this. I was doing the beat. I'm like, why don't you spit that joint to this one? He was like, no, it's a freestyle. I'm like, just put it on there. Like, it was so crazy the way he spit it, and it was so suave.
You gonna give us a 16 too?
Yeah, you know I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that one right now. I'm talking about, man. I'm waiting for that one. Let the OG bust it open.
Whoa, hold up.
I know you ain't pause.
I said pause.
You lucky.
He didn't see you on sit down like.
You lucky.
You gonna hear it. You gonna hear it.
Yeah, that was wild.
If I give you a 16, that was wild as shit. It's gonna be off the top because I don't be writing shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no beat to it. All right. Lyrically, I try to be nice as I can be, but in these streets nowadays, I just be who I gotta be. It's nothing to be something, but in the streets where everybody fronting, I look at them and I say to myself, damn, wasn't that something? You got rappers nowadays playing the same dice. These cats are here looking at me like, damn, OG kind of nice, but the reality is I'm a businessman, taking care of business, man. I don't care what it is, it's just business, and too many people ain't got plans for their lives. So I look at them like livestock. They just keep on moving in the sunrise until the sun sets, and now they want to look at me like, damn, this dude got dumb sets. I used to work out and somebody murked me. I don't understand what this is, but it's like, it's a pause moment, but you just can't jerk me. Every time I run around the streets, it's like, it ain't something to compete with. I told you before, dog, I eat this. Pause again. You ain't gotta say nothing, because I'm here to win. And when I do what I do, is like, your man's coming after the same girl around the block, he gonna spin. So it's nothing about drill, it's all about skills. It's me and PrimetimeXPrimo, Lil Giant. We authentic, never no frills. Holla back at your boy.
No doubt. He still got it. Yo, man, it was a pleasure. This shit was fun as hell, man.
I appreciate y'all
coming
us,
through
man.
right now.
No, we appreciate y'all for having us. No, fuck that. Listen,
For real.
we appreciate y'all for having us because, to be real, you didn't have to like we connected.
Yeah.
With everybody that we connected with, we had a good time. But you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you was like, yo, OG, I really want you on the show. I respect that because you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all for allowing us to shoot down here to be a part of y'all platform. Yeah. Like that's respect and that's love. And we don't never say like when that shit pops, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter. You already know. Yeah. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's popping? We there. Like it doesn't matter. Like that was love to have us come through.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? Word. And I was listen. I see y'all content. I go to the YouTube joint. It's good. The conversations is dope, and you need more of that. And it's authentic and it's real. So like, you constantly need that. It's a lot. Everybody got podcasts. I fucks with the cam and the.
Me too.
I fucks with the cam. I do.
Because it's them. They are unapologetically them. And they keep it real with the sports.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them. Like I like $1 million worth of game in them, but I fuck with that cam shit. But it's like I like when I see raw, authentic podcasters who keep it a beam. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
So no, thank y'all for having us. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all know y'all could have had anybody else on this show, honestly,
Yeah.
and I watch the content. So we appreciate the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Literally.
No doubt.
Yo, this is the Thanks for Asking show. I'm your host, Detox Jones. This is my man, Bug Out. This is Primetime. That's Bigg Yat. We out.
Peace.